La sua maglietta fina, tanto stretta al punto che immaginavo tutto.
Alright, so what we're going to do today is talk about a lot of important subjects. You know, I know you guys want to get into the skin, but we got to cover bases first. You're not going to learn a lot by watching somebody put the needle into the skin. They'll tell you to do that in your apprenticeships and stuff like that, but dude, what are the apprentices saying? I'm not learning anything. No. You've got to cover this first. You got to crawl before you can walk, right? Well, that's what we're here to do. Now listen. So, me and my boy Chino were talking about it, and it makes complete sense. On Chinese machines, usually what they fix their machines with, because they don't know what the hell they're doing, is they put 10 UF, the cheapest capacitors on that they could. Now, a lot of times you're like, damn, well those China machines, man, I had some solid lines. Well, you did, but did you really? Did you see the work after it healed and came back? So initially what's happening is it's really fast because of the 10 UF farad capacitor. Bzzz. And you're like, oh shit, I'm shading with this and everything. Yeah, I've kicked some art out with some China machines too in the past. You know what I'm saying? You saw some on my leg. But we want to try to perfect our skill, right, and our craft. So let's talk about it. Typically, industrially, what they'll do is they'll use a 22 UF rating, 63, 64 volt capacitor for lining, and in the 20s. For shading, they'll be in the 40s, 47 usually UF. Now, what if, and we were talking about this, we switched it up to a 47 on a liner? Because, let's think about this. The industry knows that we're going to be buying fast machines. But we're not fast. We're going slow. These guys are going fast because they've been tattooing for 20 years. Some of us are just now getting into this, right? Some of you guys are just now beginning. You know, even with X amount of years under my belt, I'm nowhere near where I need to be, and a lot of progress has to be made. But think about what I'm saying. If I take a pencil on a piece of paper and I go slow, okay, I make a little line. Let's say I go real slow and harder. And I go real fast, I got a pretty good line, right? But if I have a fast machine and a slow hand, what am I doing? I'm slicing that skin up, right? Because I'm not moving that needle fast enough across the skin. So I'm staying in one spot, 150 cycles per second, bam, 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 in and out, and I'm tearing the shit out of my client. And really what I'm doing, I'm stretching too hard because of the 3-point stretch and everything, and so I'm slicing. Slicing and dicing. Okay, so let's do this. Instead of having the extreme fast freaking roll-o-matic that I actually slowed down for myself. Way too fast. I changed out the capacitor to a 47. I kept the speed bar on there. I changed the springs though, and I also changed the deflection and angle of my front contact, which it'll drive it. Whoa. To refer to my other videos, it was running a lot faster than that, wasn't it? Now I've got a pretty good liner. Now, this was a beast liner. Beast, beast, beast. Beast of the beasts. Liner. Roll-o-matic. Made for old school dudes that are just whipping lines out like nuts, okay? It's not for us. It's not for us, alright? So, let's go through. You get what I'm saying. We want to slow it down a notch, but we want our tool to be slow with our approach. So how do we do that, and how do we make that possible. There's a couple of ways to do that. Heavier armature bar, wider contact gaps. The nickel and dime theory, hey look, how about you change your 22 capacitor on your liner to a 47 capacitor like me and Chino talked about. Slow it down, open up your gaps to maybe almost double a nickel, okay? Also under the front coil. The nickel and dime theory, as indicated in my video, was strictly for beginners getting going. Now we're getting more into depth in the science on how we really want this to happen. The industry does not want you to know this. This is why they sell you freaking machines with 22 UF capacitors on your liner. Okay, you're a pro, bro, aren't you? I'm going to sell you my machine, but you're a pro. I'm not going to teach you the secret, though. You're going to go out there and tear fucking people up, and you're going to bring more business to my comrades in the shops, and here we go, right? It's exactly what's going on. The whole industry knows this. I'm blowing the lid off the industry, and they know it, and they're already coming at me, trying to call me, because I'm a fool and I left my number up here. But oh well. So, hello? Yeah? Oh, blue collar irons, you're an asshole? Blue collar irons, you're an asshole?
Blue collar irons, you're an asshole?
That's what I say to you, bro. And email me about some stuff about I've got 25 years in the business. How dare you try to even make machines? Dude, how many freaking machine builders are out there that have never tattooed or nor do have a tattoo on them? There's plenty of them out there. Do your research, Mr. John Boyd. Also, I'm fronting you out. You, Joey D, you screwed my shit up with Joey D because you're his boy and you sent him a note. You're awesome, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. Like I said, industry dogs. Now we're playing. Now we're going to play hardball. You want to play hardball, we're going to play hardball. I'm going to teach these cats everything that there is to know. Step by step, slowly but surely. I don't want to teach everything all in one segment because I want to build. Build it up, build it up. Let's build this up. Mr. Boy, though, bluecollarirons.com. You're an asshole. Just to let you know. Joey D, I've got your machines. I changed out your coils. Didn't like your coils too much. I'm glad that you shaved the top of your coil heads off. That's a good trick. I like how you did that. Check that out. You don't got time for me though, right? Oh, okay. But you did before you contacted Mr. John Boyd, and that's not the same hater that I have on the page, Boyd. This is a personal thing that just happened not too long ago. Pissed me off, but now I know where this is going to go. Try to prevent me from this company. It's cool. You're not going to stop me. See me in the streets. You don't want to.
What you think, I am fucking worm like you?
So I've got a nice running Joey
I told
D.
you, man. I told you, don't fuck with me.
Now that I've changed out the coils.
No fucking kids. No, but you
He
want to
had great
listen.
coils, don't get
Right,
me
you
wrong.
stupid fuck.
Mr.
Look at you now.
Joey Djmouji Rouge, you've got great machines, dude. I like the things that you've done. I've reversed engineered your machines. And I love what you've done. Your frames are solid. They're regular steel. No biggie here in your frame design. I could do that with my eyes shut. I like the fact that you put a vintage wing nut on the side, and I love the fact that you use copper. I love the fact that you've lasered on infinite irons on your armature bar. Awesome. But check these coils out. Get a quick glance, because I made those. And now you've got a really sounding good machine, Mr. D. I gave you a chance, didn't give me a chance. So now we're enemies in the game. Don't come to me, dude. When I come up, don't come to me, bro. Let's get back on this, ladies and gentlemen. Some of these videos, they're going to go off the subject a little bit, which off topic I do. Just bear with it. We'll get to the point. We want to bog this machine down. How do we do that? We change out the capacitor from a 22 to a 47 UF. That's on our liner. We spread open the gaps. We push this armature bar to the front of the coil just a little bit more that way. Because what that does is that diving board, boom, 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 I have a longer throw, You don't want a short throw. Now let's say, okay, I've got a good gap on here. Pay attention to the gap, okay, right now. Pay attention to my gap. Okay? Look at that. You see that? You see that throw on that? I don't know if you can see that bad boy. Shaking up and down. Oscillating. But, okay. So it's pretty slow. I can line with that. And my lines are going to be consistent, bold. The pressure on my skin is going to be greater than I would be shading or coloring. When I line, I want to put some pressure there. Okay? So I've got some good gaps here. Look at those gaps. You might say, well, that's maybe color or shading. Hey, ask Chino. 20 years in the business doing his thing. Really beautiful freaking artist out there. And he's sinking them. Alright? Sinking it. Probably one of the best gray wash artists down in the LA area. It's just my perspective on it. Up there with Mr. Cartoon, that's for sure. So let's say we have that. We've got a nice throw on that. Nice. But, so my depth is a lot greater. But let's cut that down to a dime. And even more so, a dime up underneath. Watch. Didn't change voltage, didn't change anything. Now listen to the speed of the machine. What is that? That's not going to do much, is it? Let's open it up. About a dime on top. Okay? Real fast. Meow, meow. But you got to move it. Open it up. A nickel. Oh, good. Good. Got a good throw. Got a nice good throw on that. Open it up even more past the nickel. Tip the spring. Pretty much tip, right? Let's have this almost at a 2 o'clock. About a 1.5. Now, that's a little soft. I could actually use this liner as a shader by pushing that. Now, because of the way that I have this set up, I have a 10 and an 8, basically. A 10 and a shorty. I can go ahead and push whatever I want to push. Okay, so it's a liner, it's a shader, it's a color packer all in one because of this setup right here. We'll get into that in another video with a coil making session. So, but that's not where I want it. I want a line, right? So I want it right about there. Maybe a little bit less. And why is that? Because, there we go. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it here. I'm grabbing it, I'm pistol gripping it, taking the vibration in my hand, and I'm feeling it. Yeah, I need a little bit more there. There we go. We have a good liner. How do I know? Because that is what it feels like when it's in the skin. A little bit of give, not too much, not too little, not too less. My 8-ball on the front. You guys like that 8-ball? Kage's Crazy 8s. Take some white out, put it on your arm bar. Make a little bit of white there. Now look. Now, what I said was this. Let's go to the 8-ball test, okay? Because I know a lot of you guys have been asking me about that. Alright. Lining. Shading. Coloring. Lining. We've got an imaginary line, an imaginary line, imaginary line. We've got color here and here. Boom. Boom. We've got shading here. Ball here. Ball here. Boom, 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 boom. Color. Boom, 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 boom. Pay attention to this little diagram, okay? Lining, shading, color, the 8. The 8 separates and oscillates more and more each time that we step up that frame from lining to color. Understand that. That is the depth and throw that we're looking at. It's a good diagram to follow. And I should have done this when I coined my whiteout, invented my little thing here. Okay, so that, let's put a marker on the tip of that, okay, make it a little bit better. Let's put a real 8 on that, okay? Now listen. You saw my diagram. Okay? So you get where I'm coming at. You get where I'm coming from on that. I seen some of you guys are sending me pictures and I see this on it. Love it. Just make sure you know who did it. So we have this. Now watch the oscillation. Watch the diagram that I said. Is that a little bit deeper? Yeah, it might be, right? So then we'll adjust. We'll adjust. Okay? Let's go a little bit down. A little bit thicker than a dime, a little bit faster of a machine. Now let's go to shading. Let's go to color. You might have to speed up your voltage on the color as well. If you need to push it to 10 or 11, it's okay. You're going to have to on this, but you'll do that on the feeling thing too. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is doing what it needs to do according to this guide. Let me pause for a second, log this guide down. Lining, shading, coloring, imaginary line on your arm bar where you need to be. That's a color packer right there. All I do is come over here to my power supply, kick that up to about 9. I've got a good throw on that. And I'd even kick it up more than that. I'm at 8.5. Let's kick that bad boy up to about 11. There we go. There we go. Okay, so there's my color. Push it even more. How deep do I want to go? All in one machine. It's all up to you guys. Tinker around with it, but understand. Now, let's say I'm lining. Maybe I want my throw to be like that. That's a good, quick little liner, ain't it? A little bit of throw on there. A little bit more solid, deeper line. Hold the vibration.
Daddy.
Hold it. What a beautiful machine that is. Not one spark. I'll whip that thing all the way down to the brim and watch barely no spark. Little tiny big smart right there. You take a Chinese machine,
Daddy.
you push that Chinese machine at 11 volts and tell me you ain't gonna get no spark there. That's one of the objectives there. You know? So you guys get where I'm coming from on that? What we want to do is we want to slow down our machine. How do we do that? Let's recap. Change out the 22 UF capacitor to a 47 UF 63-64 volt capacitor. Change it out. Made this one real quick. It's a quick snap change. if they're linked together as one, I just take my soldering gun and boom, I disconnect that, and so I have my quick whatever I need, my 47s, my 10s if I want them, my 100s, whatever I want to do. Did I show you guys yet that video on the caps? I don't think I have. Okay, well, there's another video coming about capacitors and how important they are and how detrimental they are. Respect up to you, Billy Hillbilly. I got a new tattoo. It looks good when it's brand new. But, you know, you're a great old school tattoo artist, Mr. Hill. But like I don't like your sterilization video. That was bullshit. You can't sterilize anything in a stovetop. Yes, you can. Dude, watch my sterilization video. You see the package turn from green to freaking dark brown. That means that it reached 254 degrees Fahrenheit, kept it in for 25, 30 minutes, sanitized, right? Also, I didn't like your capacitor video either, because it is important. We are all engineers. You say, well, now you're getting into a fucking, this is what, and quote, I'm going to try to stop cussing on my videos. I don't think that's respectful, commendable to my viewers. I don't want to condone that at all, and not around kids and everything else that may be viewing these now that I'm seeing it. But I'm quoting to an extent. Now you're fucking getting into something that you need, you know, the engineers over at Wyotech or whatever need to be into. That's not true. These guys don't even know how to run their machines correctly, man, because nobody's showing them. You know why? Because nobody knows. You've been in the business for 20 years, but you don't know. What about your apprentice? What about your apprentice, America? Billy, you're an awesome dude. But teach the truth, man. I will never not, teach the truth. I watched your videos before, man, and I get a kick out of them, dude. You're funny. But capacitors are very important. Teach your apprentice that they're important, please, so he doesn't give up on you and himself. Just because you're showing him how to tattoo and he's watching you do your shit, because you're a great artist, it doesn't mean that he's going to understand when it's time for him to fly. What about when it's time for him to open up a shop and then take another kid off the street and was fortunate? You said also, fuck that. No, fuck that. I'll pay, you come pay me $10,000 for an apprenticeship and then we'll fucking talk. I didn't go 25 years of my life and me studying. Dude, check this out. I studied military, I studied law enforcement, I studied tattoos, I studied art, I studied music, I've studied beats, and I've studied Illuminati, and I've studied... Girl! So what? So what? You're going to charge $10,000 for a kid to learn what he can learn? And he's not going to learn? He's going to learn how to tattoo? Is he really? But what about learn like the schematics? How about set up his machine? Instead of him being like, well, this one's done, great. What am I going to do? I got to send it back to the manufacturer, have them tune it for me for another $6,500 on top of my $350 that I already paid. That's what you guys do. Joey D's good because you know what? Buy his machine for $350, $400. Send it back to him. He'll tune it up for free. He's good in that aspect. Give you props for that, Joey. But no, teach him this. The core components of the science, the history behind the machine. You've got to have a proper machine before you can get in it and drive it. You've got to take driver's ed. You've got to get behind the wheel and get your permit. Then you've got to go to DMV and go get your damn license, right? Got to parallel park, bro. Sit. Okay, so let's recap. Bog down the machine. Spread the gaps. Spread the gaps open, like I said. I keep wanting to say pencil test, but that's for girls with boobies. You know what I mean? Put it under there, see if it... Anyway. Ooh. It's running. But I don't want it that fast, because I'm not that fast yet, right? I'm going to spread it up. more. That could be like color. There we go. Perfect. That little noise you hear, boop, 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 that's my cell phone. If you guys ever wonder. So let's recap. If you're having problems with lining, change out your capacitor to a 47 UF. Okay? Do a little bit of soldering. It's really simple. You guys are artists. You definitely can solder. Use some flux, heat up the solder, let it spread. If you need a soldering video, I'll be more than happy to do that one as well. I've got a lot lined up. That camera is going to be coming in the mail, I know, and I'm going to be doing some major interviews out in the streets. Blah. It's going to be fun. Got some hate. Love some hate. Got some love. I love love. What else do we want to cover? Okay, change out the capacitor. Slow it down. We're going slow. We're moving slow right now. We need to advance our skills and this craft. Slow down your machine. Open up your gaps. Spread that armature bar over the rear coil. Just a little bit. I'll do another one to where it needs to be, listen, the farther back that you have on this armature bar to the rear deck, the faster that your machine's going to run. We don't want fast right now. We don't want too slow because we don't want to dig up in the skin, right? We've been there and done that. In a hole, can't get out of the hole, not catfishing. So, take heed to this. Very important. Know that I coined that beautiful little mark on the end of your arm bar. Send me pictures. I want to see that little mark. That's important. It's science. But snapshot that. It's exactly what you want to do there. Okay? Not a very good sketch, but that's what that is. Okay? So this is a very short tutorial by Kage. You guys are great. I love the freaking support. It's really, we all have emotions. Okay? We're all going to go up and down in this life. I'm 34 now. I never thought I'd even make it to this age. But I keep going. I get chills, so I know it's true. And I know that it's for you guys as well. And I know that this industry is lucrative. And I know you have to stay optimistic. You have to stay driven. You know what I mean? You don't lose your... Walk into a shop. This is why I'm going to get these shirts made. And you know what? We're going to hold contests. Some more contests. We got this coil contest. Good. I'm going to be checking the mail when I get back. It's going to be cool. Obviously, I'm doing this before I left to Florida. And I probably fell off. You thought I died. But I didn't. I went to Florida. Someone else is going to die. But life goes on. You know what I'm saying? And but hopefully when I go and I come back, I'm going to have a lot of mail. It's lovely. I love looking at it. I don't care what your skill set is. You guys, it's all about love, man. It really is. We gotta. This movement right here is about love. You love the art. I love you. You love me. We're one big happy. You got the rest. All right, guys. Oh, contact gaps. Spread them out a little bit past the nickel. Speed up the machine a little bit. Do not close your gaps and speed up the machine to the voltage. Okay, the voltage isn't the speed. It's the pound. It's the hit. Remember that. It's the hit. You turn up that voltage to 11 and your gap is about that big. All you're doing is slicing the skin. Whoop! Swells up. Ink comes right back out and you're done. Comes back gray, silver, shiny. Oh shit, I'm going to give up. I'm going to sell these. Craigslist. $100 for the whole set. Bye. Don't do it. It's not what we're here for. We're here for a different objective, right? We're going to get this without them. Without those guys. Okay? Without blue collar irons coming down on me because I haven't had 25 years experience in tattoo world. Hey, buddy. Never mind. It's not even working. See you guys.
Tanto stretta al punto che immaginavo tutto. E quella l'aria da bambina